Not too long ago, I got a set of interchangeable crochet hooks that I liked enough. They look really nice. They are weighted nicely. They're interchangeable, so you can just screw the hook off, and it comes with different sizes. I cannot find my case with the other handles on them, but it comes with different sizes and they screw right in. And most of my traditional crochet hooks are straight. They don't have any shape to them. I have one crochet hook this size, actually a 6mm. 6mm was kind of where I started, and it's got one of those plastic grips on it, but I've had it for so long and I've used it so much that the grip just slides right on off. So I was excited to get another set that was supposedly more comfortable to hold. And I'm gonna be honest, I never really got used to this shape. I'm sure that I will with more time. I spend more time lately doing Tunisian crochet than traditional, so all of my Tunisian hooks are obviously very, very straight, very no shape to them. So I just need to get used to this size. And I thought, well, the biggest complaint I had with this set is that because they are interchangeable, I find that they come loose really easily sometimes when I'm using them, and I'm sure it's my crochet form probably is causing the problem, because I don't hear other people complaining about this, but that was my experience, is that these just don't stay tight enough, and they would loosen up on me, and that's irritating when you're crocheting and your hook's coming off. So I love the way these look. I love the black, I love the shiny, but I had a chance to pick up a non-interchangeable kit, much cheaper. They came pretty much like this in a Amazon bag. So we have different sizes. I guess I can take them all out if I don't lose them. I've got a 9 and a 7, 4, a 6, a 5, an 8, and a 10. So what was that, from 4 to 10? So if I look at the 6, which right here, and I compare it to the black one I've got here, you see that the bodies are similar, but the wooden one is just a little bit thicker. They're similar in length. The black one's maybe just a little bit longer. It's hard to tell because the body's so bulbous, but maybe they're very, very close in length. But I think if I line them up at the bottom, it's just a little bit longer. So they're very similar. I haven't used these yet, so I will definitely try them out and let you know whether or not I think they are worth buying. But just on first look, you can test them out here. I got a little bit of simple yarn. Make a slip knot. Let's see here. Yes, I am left-handed, so everything I do is backwards. Not going to apologize for that. Being left-handed is a gift. I'm going to go nice and slow. This is acrylic, and it's not sticking. It's slipping just fine. Feels pretty good. Now, challenge if I try to go in the back bumps. If I can even get into do I have any trouble getting into the back bumps? And see, I'm so used to doing Tunisian, I'm trying to do Tunisian. That's not in the back bump. This yarn, I probably should have picked a less split-tastic yarn, but the hook is going in, and I'm just doing single crochet here. And it's going in okay. I wouldn't call it the smoothest hook I've ever used. This tip is not super sharp, which is a pro and a con, because I have a pair of Tunisian hooks that are very, very sharp, and you can use them as weapons, and nobody likes injuries when you're just trying to make cute little projects to wear and use. See how I split that? That's the yarn. I think that's more the yarn than yarn, and me not holding the yarn with the right tension because I can't really see what I'm doing. So I would say this is usable. I'm not sure I would say it's my... Yeah, I'm not doing a turning chain, in case you just wondered. Nope. I kind of stopped doing turning chains. Unless there's a really good reason for them. I haven't been really doing turning chains lately with my traditional crochet. So it feels okay. This, like I said, this yarn is pretty split-tastic. But it is going through it reasonably okay. That was bad. I think I would call them usable. For this acrylic, I think I could get through a project with this and it would be fine. I do think that the metal ones are smoother and feel better. Yeah, that does feel better. Slicing through that yarn. I just got this yarn. This yarn is so split-tastic. I hate splitty yarn. I've been working with a lot of chainette lately and a lot of raffia, and those just don't split in the same way, and now I'm spoiled going back to traditional acrylic, and I'm just having a bad time. I'm just having a bad time. Partially, I can't really see what I'm doing. So yeah, I would say it's fine. I need to spend more time with it. I'll report back and let you know if I think this is a good alternative if you're looking for a set as opposed to an interchangeable kit. I think this is usable, but I think I'd probably prefer plastic. I know some people say plastic gives you weird vibrations when you're using plastic yarn like acrylic and polyester. I haven't experienced that, but I don't have a lot of plastic hooks. My plastic hooks are primarily Tunisian. Actually, do I have plastic Tunisian? I do have plastic hooks, but I do think I have some plastic Tunisians. I guess this one is, I don't know what this one is. So, on the whole, I know that looks terrible. That's what happens when you can't really see what you're doing because you're behind a camera. It's fine. They don't feel heavy because they're very light. I think these are supposedly made out of bamboo, so they're very light. So if you prefer a hook with weight, you hear how that landed? That thunk? Yeah, it did, and it bounces. You see how that's already loosening up? It's just more dense. So it's kind of a choice between, do you like the weight, and does your crochet style not cause it to loosen up? Because mine does. If this works for you without loosening up, then I would take these over these, just because they're smoother and they feel better. But these are light, so if you want something that's got that grip, but you want it to be light, then these are a better choice because they're very light. I think it really comes down to what kind of head is important to you. Do you want the very sharp head? Do you want the very sharp hook here? This one's pretty rounded and the tops are fairly rounded, but because it's metal, it really just comes through. I know the camera doesn't want to focus. It really comes through pretty well. So, I don't know. They look terrible though. They're not pretty wood. You know how sometimes you get those really nicely polished, burnished wood hooks and needles? That's not what you're getting here. I don't know, they look kind of cheap, but they're very light. So if you want light hooks, this might be something to consider. They're not unusable. It just wouldn't be my first choice. But if I'm using something that is kind of splitty, I might have a better time with the metal. I don't know. I'll report back. I'll use them for a small project and let you know my final thoughts very soon. Thanks for watching.